Fade to black.
Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Lepre, King Mike L. This is Legit Fantasy Football brought to you by legitpodcast.com. What do we got? 7/10/2022, July 10th, 2022. We've now officially made it past 4th of July. 4th of July, I am a huge supporter of what the holiday stands for. But the holiday itself, the fireworks, my dog's going crazy, is one of my least favorites. Because like on Christmas, they don't blow off M80s. Not usually. Joining me, as always, Mastradamus. Uh-oh, I got an echo with you.
I turn it down. Let me turn it down. I got my headphones in, and as usual, I have no clue on how to keep without order. There's disorder, and find the headphones. Usually, I have no reverb effects, but without those headphones, oh boy. And a great story of fireworks, right? Oh boy, you know, I love the holiday. I love 4th of July. But one thing's for sure, I am that guy. When I was living in the ghetto, I used to tell people that every single year, all month long, all night long, and I was just like, whatever. But these dudes were right on top of me, and I'm like, dude, I'm ready to flip out. I called the police. I'm like, hey, you guys know about this? Has anybody called you guys about this? And then it keeps going on. It's going o'clock, 1 morning. And I called them back. I'm like, yeah, I called you guys, and you guys didn't seem so concerned. I said, they're relentless. They're right. It's fireworks, buddy. And I'm like, okay, so you don't care about what I'm telling you. That's cool. Maybe I'll go over there. I'll talk, see what they think about that. And they go, well, then you're gonna be in a jail if you. I said, is there any fireworks in the jail cell? I'll be able to sleep. Listen,
Matt, listen. On top of, you need to understand that from my end, every word you said was double. So that story, I actually I had to interpret it, and then it was actually really funny. So you were saying stuff like, I went to the jail. Then I said, nah. Can you do it without the volume? Do you have to hear you? Is that the only way you can hear me?
I just as low as I can. Try and find them.
So, Matt, the football season, talk to Brother Ray. Brother Ray's he's ready to come do business once the football season starts itself. So he's waiting for preseason. I guess that's in his contract. I didn't know that.
Listen, it's hard to get him on for a moment, and when we're on, but his contract just gets bigger and bigger every year, and football has started. We know it. Move this week. Seattle was pitching an offer, and they wanted, and I was people know. I really knew that Seattle was hating what was being hung up with Baker. We all knew Seattle in Carolina. Carolina moves in last second. What do they offer? A fifth that can go up. That really, even though we on Baker at this show, is really not bad for a former first overall. And so again, in their fifth year off, and see if you want to extend or not. Probably isn't gonna, but chip on his shoulder. And I like plays with shoulder.
All right, listen. I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. One, two. Baker Mayfield's the pits, and I, when he made that comment 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I told him it was the end of his career, and he didn't listen. But it all played out. Secondly, this is pretty much an audible. Like I don't know how anyone will be able to listen back to hear us because we're both like, wow, 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 wow. So let's make a decision here to wrap up with some final notes because there's just some things I really want to quickly touch on. I know it's bad audio, but maybe we can get it across. First was Dwayne Brown's arrest at LAX. The 5-time NFL Pro Bowler from the Seahawks got arrested on gun charges. Then, what, Matt? I want to get your thought on the fact that they have Micah Parsons already ranked as the number 2 linebacker in the NFL. Number 2 out of every.
I think that premature. If that was the case, then I mean, there was times when we see greatness on the sideline to sideline last year. We did see some plays where you're just not getting by him, and he fights through, makes the tackle. He is a sure thing. I just need to see more. I'm one of those guys.
Yeah, 1 year doesn't make you the second best in the league, I don't think.
That's right.
The only linebacker that's ever done that is Lawrence Taylor. You immediately knew he was the best. It's just you couldn't say anything else. You're just doing things they weren't doing. So it's like, well, okay. Second question: how good do you think what's his face Thibodeau is going to be for the Giants?
It's going to be a relief because it's well, you know, I think Joe Judge was still to that team, and I called it with the way his league. I think just like the Jets was, subtraction is automatically. Thibodeau has always been known to get the most players, and I don't want to throw all on Joe Judge because it was so many times where there was just an injury riddled off. We didn't get to see the most out of Daniel that offense. So anything is good for them, and I think there's only one way to go, but up. It's the Giants, and we've seen and we've talked about it. We loved what they've been doing. Actually, like an organization.
Yes, it's definitely changed. All right, let me ask you this question then. Why is it that I believe Mac Jones will be a top 5 fantasy quarterback?
Because
what did I see?
Crazy. Maybe because their defense was very bad last year. And talking about linebackers, they might have the worst linebacking core in the league. So if they're down, play a tough record because they actually did pretty well last year, made it to the playoffs. I don't think they're a playoff caliber team this year, so they're going to get a lot of good teams. Unlike like Miami, they're going to play a weak schedule. But I look at them. Maybe they're going to be down. Maybe like we see in fantasy, the best because Maybach who's always chasing points. Jones has Devontae Parker, which I think is like Baker playing with a chip on his shoulder. But they have a bunch of 2s and 3s. I'm a guy who I just said, like, I need to see it. I'm not anointing anybody, nothing. He looks good. He has a lot of armor, meat on him this year. They said he's out there from, sun up to sundown, which
they always gain weight that first year. From quarterbacks after their rookie year where they're finally like eating what like by a trainer and like a certain amount at certain times and working out on a schedule. Like they're little kids, dude. They're in their 20s. They're developing.
It's like this. You have to see a lot of Mac Jones because of now they're going to ask a lot out of Tua because they got Waddle and they got Hill. that offense has been put together because they got to keep pace with the Bills. The Bills are high octane. They're only going to get better. Gabriel Davis is going to get better. And then they just got another good number 3. And then they did very well in the draft. So you have to keep up with those teams. Can you keep up with Miami? Miami beat you twice last year. So like they got better, a lot better. The Jets are going to be good. They're making a lot of the right calls. So the Mac Jones philosophy system, the way that they're thinking is they can't be like what they were last year, ball control. They got that kid in the draft. They know they gotta be like a horse, and they gotta keep pace.
I think Bill will put them in good spots to get the good touchdowns, pad the numbers, and then when I talk, you should. I almost want to tell you to turn me off, but Zach Wilson is going to have a big year. I think he'll have a great second year. Well, he's either going to have a great second year, or this will be the complete flame out year, because that's what happens when you're with the Jets. Year 2. Let's see what happens. Because something dramatic's going to happen. This kid's going to get real good, or you'll never hear Zach Wilson again after this year. You know what I mean? He'll be one of those guys who just starts playing for like different teams before he fades out completely. I mean, did you see it from him? Zach Wilson? I saw glimpses.
I saw a top even in a matchup with the Patriots where he was reaching and trying to take second level, third level, challenging players that were very well covered. He's got a nice arm. He's very good in the pocket ability. But like when we seen him be replaced, the offense was actually clicking more, scoring, and I think that's because they know what they want to do. But I think when you had Zach going in there, he was trying a little bit too much, and I think that will, like I've said it time in and time out, like I am not going to judge a player until I see them feel comfortable in a system. And once a player starts to settle down and he can get his feet underneath him, then we can see the best of them. And I think that there was a lot of times where Zach Wilson was trying too much. And I do think there was glimpses of greatness. And I think he's got talents around him. And I think we'll see him trend up. But I'm not sure where that kid can grow. You could get rocked off your us and get it back on.
You know what? It sounds better when you're talking alone. There's no feedback. Okay. So I guess I want to touch on this. I'll do it as fast as I can. I am not excited about any of the incoming fantasy rookies. I'm not like, oh God, gotta get that guy, gotta get that kid. I'm just not. I don't know why. Like the rookie running back rankings. Just read the names and you can discuss it because you want to have feedback. They've got Breece Hall from the Jets is number 1. They've got Kenneth Walker, Seahawks 2. Algier on the Falcons 3. James Cook, Buffalo's 4. And then Dameon Pierce, Texans 5. Matt, I don't want to draft any of these guys. You?
Value late. The Falcons running is. I think you Cordarrelle Patterson more being utilized in slot, wide receiver screen. Get him in the open. If you can get a running back where you think you can get some and hit the hole, get home runs, that would maybe. I don't want to get Mike Otta. No, Bryce Hall is actually all that and that's a chip. So I would keep Matt. But no,
are you excited about him, Matt? Like, are you like as a fan? Like, if you're in a keeper league, like I am, and I might have an early pick because my team stunk again last year. What who is exciting me is incoming rookies, because I just read you those running backs and they don't do it for me. And the wide receivers, as quick as I can, would be some feedback in Drake London, Falcons, Traylon Burks, Titans, Olave with the Saints, Garrett Wilson with the Jets, and then Dotson with the Commanders. Listen,
Olave sticks out like a sore thumb. Ohio's nothing but a playmaker. So now it's the saw over there in the Saints. They just dreaming to do something with the ball. It's Chris, and he's going to be not only the best playmaker they got, he's going to soak up the volume. And that's when we talk about these guys, we don't even know them aside from college, but we got to talk about them in the situations that they're going to. So when I talk about the Falcons in London, it's basically like he's going to get carries, and same thing with Chris O. Like, he's superstar. Ohio's always rated great wide receiver. He's awesome.
You know, he's definitely electrifying. He's a small guy though, 6 feet. 180, whatever it is. Basically, he's my size. And yeah,
that reminds me of King, another Ohio State great. Rest in peace, Terry Law. Terry. Small man. I met Terry many times. You would never think he was an NFL.
Let me tell you something. People don't understand how big a moment it was locally when he was somewhat injured, and they asked Bill Parcells about it, and he said, "I don't know if she's going to be able to play." He did that in the media. You know how ashamed he'd be nowadays who did that? Like, what's that supposed to mean?
Wow. Oh, you don't even do that. The thing is, he would have been asked to step on that day. You're fired.
Right? Just because he said she in place of he.
But we all know if he says, if you're gonna cook, better let me buy the groceries. And that year, they grabbed Telly. And he wanted defensive minded plays, and first year of the Patriots dynasty was really won by a lot of those players that were picked in that regime, and a lot of them were rookies. The Brewskis, the Law.
He did it with the Jets.
Players were still there, remaining remnants of a team that built on. But can't ask a coach to get what they want accomplished if you can't get the right place for their scheme.
That's definitely true. But again, the wide receivers don't completely wow me either. I'm just saying, like, this year's rookie class, as far as fantasy impact, doesn't seem as big a deal. I don't know why. Just seems like a lot of backs going to bad teams, or bad teams that already have backs that are looking for a rotation. You know what I mean?
Tell you, the kid thought Tyquan Thornton from Baylor that ended up going to the Patriots. A lot of people thought it was a but he never had a quarterback. His defense was really shit last year, but they also had points of great offense. And if you go and you look at his clips, he's exciting. And I just wonder. Belichick has a pecking order, and right now he's behind Nelson Aguilar. Nelson's getting paid some good money. They're going to go, Nelson, you're going to get the opportunity, and because we paid you, but this kid's behind you. But that's going to hurt Thornton. They are going to give every bit of chance, and maybe too much. And I think it's going to give Thornton more time, which is fine. Belichick don't put the rookies, so you won't see much of him this year, just because of the two teams together.
Did you ever see? So I'm just flying around. The Giants drafted in the later rounds that tight end Daniel Bellinger. from
What school did he play for, Ken?
San Diego State.
No, I honestly watch much ESU. I'm not a fan of them. I know a decent team this year. I'm not a fan of that conference, but why was he really outstanding?
No, it is one stat that I'm gonna find for you that stuck out to me that it blew me away. Where is it? It's how many times he was thrown to, and how many times he caught the ball. I think his senior year, if I'm not if I'm incorrect, but I think I am correct. His senior year, he only had like I want to say 31 receptions, but I think he only played 32 plays.
Wow.
Like on 32 like plays. Like, so he caught pretty much every time they threw him the ball, he caught it. They just didn't throw it to him a lot. But like when you see a guy who's catching the ball like that and he's just not dropping stuff, and he's athletic, it's just that some colleges they don't use tight ends. So this kid just gets stuck there. He ended up being faster and better than they thought, but he's one of those guys I hope catches on. You know, you get a rookie that comes out of nowhere, gives you a little boost. That's all I'm hoping.
I like it. And you know the draft 8th round pick, and you take chances. He fits the right. But there's a lot of Matt Jones ain't QB because just drafted from I think it's division something like that. But he led the FBS in touchdowns, broken and stuff like that. And they're like, you know, sure. He did it in that comp. He did it with that leg play.
I hate hearing that shit nowadays. I'm so past that.
It means nothing. I got to see this level, and Belichick's going to take players at that point, regardless of position. We've seen him even with the greatest quarterback of all time. Select quarterback. Whether it's Jacoby Brissett.
Well, because they become trade value for him.
Trade you up.
They don't just draft quarterbacks because they want to keep them. They want to groom them behind Brady, give him something to piss them off, get some fire out of him, and in the meantime, build some value in the second guy. As they tried to do a couple times.
It's a fact. Till he got wasn't win until Aaron Rodgers tried, and we got little whining of him, and then he started winning MVPs again. I don't care who you are. I tell people all the time, and it is the Patriots' philosophy, but it's the same thing as every owner. Once you get paid, once you get the raise, get any more, it's almost you're not motivated to continue to give your best effort. So it's almost like you Ricotta for less. You always see the promotions promote from within because you're not going to get contract. It doesn't behoove you, and that's why you sign. I would do the same philosophy. I would try to get the most out of all my workers, all my employees, all my players, because I don't think once you get that mindset, like we've seen, people very, very seldomly stay content on top of the hill. They get knocked off. Very hard to stay on top of that mountain.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You have to have that. You have to want to be on. Look at Roberto Duran. When he finally won the belt, he was like, "Now what?" And like, you defend it, and he was like, "Well, even didn't want to." Like, his whole life dream was to have it, and once he got it, I mean, have a Tyson Fury in a worse way. You get all the way there, you get it. And then what do you do next?
How many times seen the heavyweight champion of the world win and lose their defense, whether it be Douglas, Andy Reid, like you dudes, they get the championship, they eat, they get everybody going, "What's up, champ? What's up, champ? What's up, champ?" And then they go into the ring and they're overweight and they're like, "Oh my God, I got a box."
Yep. I forgot I had to defend this freaking title. I thought I just get to keep it. All right. We'll end on this, Matt. So there's Ray, there's brother Ray, there's Buddy, There's Joey Paranormal right now. Myself. There's you. We actually have Elise who's doing a paranormal show with us on Tuesday nights. But out of those guys I just named, Buddy, Ray, Joe Paranormal, you, and me. Those five. What positions would you put us all at in football?
Gosh, this is really easy. Brother Ray's the coach. Brother Ray is the coach.
No, you're not gonna put him in the game.
I was going brother in the game.
Yeah, he's gonna be a part of the team
as the quarterback, and you would then be from quarterback to wide receiver. But if you the game, you would be QB. I think that because you got the basket, you'd make a great receiver because great basketball minds play position tight end or wide receiver in football brilliantly. Bring that basketball to the football. You know how to box out. You know how to get the ball at the highest point, and you catch all almost like somebody with a basketball comes easily to you. So I brother Ray at the quarterback position because I already got him as the coach in mind, and then I would be a great QB because you caught as a QB. And who?
You, Joey Paranormal, and Buddy.
And Buddy, my offensive. Joey Paranoia is my running back. Joey Paranoia, running back. So
where are you playing?
Me? I'm gonna be like Usyk there from the 49ers. Like the sacks back. You could be at fullback. I hit, run into people. Boom! I just run, but I could also play defense. On offense, I really didn't ever have a lover, and I always liked, like I said, hitting people. I was defense. I would be your left corner / put me strong safety. Have me offense. I'm more like a kind of playing, but I'm not at patch. Pretty damn good, but I'm nasty at run coverage.
I would have went and got Gentleman Dave Evans, and then found the genius in Oregon, and made them my defensive ends. I put Buddy at nose tackle, and then what I would have done is put you in the middle. For me, it was one of the outside linebackers, and then we just need somebody as the other outside linebacker because Brother Ray played and is the prototypical cornerback. He was the fastest kid in our neighborhood my whole life. No one could beat Brother Ray in a foot race. When he was on the football team, he was the fastest kid. He was always the fastest kid. So he's that cornerback, that nickel cornerback that that just stays in the thing. But I think if we had Buddy in the middle to clog up the middle front, and we had Gentleman Dave and the genius on the edges, that would give you a lot to do in the middle and allow me to roam from one side to the other and trying to pick my spots as me and you try to go whack the quarterback.
It's funny you say that, King, because I think it was my sophomore, junior year, which said we want to move you to middle linebacker. And kind of was a few weeks after this, to me, you're the most coachable kid. We tell you a play and you remember it. We don't have to tell you. That was the reason they wanted to put me at middle linebacker. I could not be, and I was there honest, and I was to my feet.
Did you have a slow first step?
No. I was so instinctive. From my spot, calling plays out to the defense. I knew.
No, but I mean, like, did you possess the athletic skills of a middle linebacker to pivot really fast and go the other way?
I just think at that point in my life, I'm too small to be taken on offensive guards and getting muckled in the middle. I didn't have meat on my bones when I was in school. My junior year, we basically got our asses kicked, and they said I broke my wrist, played the whole year. And my coach said to me, "You know why you broke your wrist, bro? got no meat on your bones. So we all as a family
Hey,
the drink. We did everything together.
Matt, I don't know if you noticed,
That's
but
wrong.
below us,
Buddy?
joining us is Buddy Money. There, what's up, buddy?
Good morning. Good. It's still good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing?
Good morning, buddy. Good. Yeah.
We
I
were
was
doing
listening to the show a little bit in the car on the ride home, and you guys are a little echoey, a little.
Oh yeah, the whole time.
Mastradamus is repeating everything he says, but it still makes for an entertaining conversation.
It's a great show to hear me twice.
I've been hanging in there and stomaching it for as long as I can, buddy. I've wanted to stop twice now because
I'm listening to them.
Can't hear anything but two voices. It's driving me mad. You know?
It must drive you nuts. And then you can hear you. There's like an echo of you after you talk.
Yeah.
So it's like wow, the best of both worlds there.
Yeah.
You guys are both
best of both worlds. So, buddy, I was just talking about where I would put who would be my defense. I would have you as nose tackle with Gentleman Dave and
that's where I started when I played LaSalle football. Mike was nose tackle.
Gentleman Dave and the genius on the ends as the edge rushers. I'm put Matt in the middle as a linebacker, and I'm gonna play on the outside as a linebacker, and I'm gonna put Brother Ray at cornerback.
Fucking need that quarterback, yeah, dude. Oh,
Ray fast.
I love that position. That was great, right off the center.
Hey, so Matt, indulge us for the next 5 so minutes, but the USFL has ended its first re-inaugural season, which I don't even know if that's a word, but so for the year, we just want to let everybody know this because this is something I'm going to clip afterwards, make it its own little clip. So for the year, out of 40 games that you could possibly pick against the spread, all right, I picked 29 correct out of 40 with only 11 wins. That's USFL. That's crazy, right?
Buddy, how you do?
I want to say he got 25 or 26 the last time I checked.
He was above 500
for a while.
I
started strong, and then I kind of like the rest of the season. I was getting the wins and losses. I just couldn't cover the spreads.
Want to know what happened, Matt? He was like 2 games behind me, right? Maybe 3 games behind me. And we couldn't do the show, so we had to make our picks separately.
Yeah.
I completely picked different teams than he did. And you know, sometimes when you talk games out, it helps you pick the game better. Well, Buddy went the wrong way. I went 3-1 that week. He was 1-3. So
shameful.
We get to the championship playoffs. And we split that. But I remember saying, we said this on the second to last show, if by any chance in God, somehow Philadelphia ends up going to the finals and plays Birmingham, that there's no way in hell they'll ever win. That you could bet the house. I was like, bet your mortgage, bet everything you have on Birmingham to win. He's ordering something. Look, I like to take a slap in the face. I'll give you a kiss later. So, buddy, in the final show, we said that we bet our houses, this website, this podcast, all our integrity on the line.
Belts, everything, Mike. Yeah, everything.
My belts, everything. That Birmingham would win outright. Take it to the bank. There's never been anything more sure in our lives. I'm 29-11. Listen to me. And what happened? Birmingham won. That
was a close game, though, Mike.
I know it was. It got scary at the end.
Put up a whole lot more effort than I thought they would.
I'll tell you what. That's why I didn't say take Birmingham in the spread guaranteed. My guarantee was Birmingham to win outright because at that point I realized Philly won like 6 straight or 5 straight.
They're on fire. Yeah.
For them, they were on fire. They just weren't as good as Birmingham. Like that's what it came down to. Matt, Birmingham was the lowest. What's the word I'm looking for? They had the highest odds to win. They were like plus 3,000. And Joey Paranormal actually said we should go with Birmingham because they get the lowest. They get the lowest or whatever. So he's sticking to that claim, even though I just said.
Yeah, I remember that. That was Joe. Yeah.
I said to him, Joe, this is a shocker that you just took the highest spread and picked them. You know what I mean? Like, impressed me by picking like the Generals or something like that. But anyways, he did buy though his Houston Gamblers jersey, Matt. Joe Paranormal owns a Houston Gamblers jersey. It's dope. That's a dope jersey. It's black and everything, man. So next football season, we will have the XFL again, and the XFL is coming, and the USFL will be back. So we'll have 2 spring football leagues, buddy. If people don't listen to us, then I don't know what else to tell them. Like, I don't know what to tell them. You make the bet for you. I don't know what else I can do.
Right, call the bookie for you. Take your money. Be the third
now,
person. I don't know.
Moving over to the NFL this year, we have got to make sure that our picks are kept and are tracked accurately. Because, man, I'm telling you, I had a bunch of weeks where I was like doing that 3-1 shit, but it goes unnoticed. You know what I mean? So I can't wait till we get them all added up. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say that's gonna separate people from the way they make picks. And I'll tell you what, I definitely believe in making picks by discussing games with other guys. We should charge a service where you call us, Matt, and we talk to you and bullshit about a game until you feel better about
it. I agree.
Hey, I don't feel good about this Patriots Dolphins game. I don't know if my Dolphins are going to pull it out. What do you think?
To win.
What are you doing? Are you rooting for the Dolphins? Yeah, I was just hoping they could win. What could they do? And we just start going, hey, guy, the Dolphins got this shit. Hey, their offense is better than that. And Tua's going to do that. Never mind the lollipop passes. He's got tiny little guys that run really fast. They're going to be great. I love the uniform. Click. It's like $5.99. That would be awesome. Would that not be awesome? So, wait, hold on. Matt, without the return of the genius, we're going to be one short on our weekly fantasy football show.
I feel like I lost, and I need Genius Kev in my life. And like, listen. Genius Kev, Genius Jai would talk in and look up.
Fucking guy.
Look at this. Man, look at this. Do you understand? Let me explain something to you guys. Let me end on this. I really think you guys need to hear this. And I
don't let those belts weigh you down, Mike. I
won't speak it as the champ, but listen to me. One of these belts I got because I picked USFL like no one has ever picked USFL ever. Unbelievable. I'm the champ of it. And the other is because I beat every single one of you in the legit fantasy football league.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I've been working out is because I want to carry these belts all the time. I need the endurance to always carry these straps to represent this league, to bring some gleam to this league that you guys don't do anything for. You don't. But my shoulders are broad enough to carry them. The USFL Championship and your legit fantasy football champion. Guys, I got to ask you a favor. You got to start to do better because I can't take any more belts. Something might pop up and then, oh, God forbid you guys don't do it. Like you do it at like a B level, and here I come in knocking out an A+, and I gotta get another belt. I don't want another belt. Come on, man. Where am I gonna put the third belt?
I'll show you where you can put the third belt.
I'll be offended. I will turn that wing by taking it off you. Because someone has to silence this man.
I want to hear. Let me say something. Because we're gonna end at the 45-minute mark. Will be perfect. I've been doing the wrestling 22 WWE 22K for the Xbox S. I've been doing the I made a bunch of guys, and then I downloaded a bunch of guys that are already made on like the thing you share. So the matches I had last night, it was Buddy versus the Fiend in a Hell in a Cell match. Right, Buddy.
Who's the Fiend, Mike? Who's that?
Fiend? Remember the Fiend? You know, Bray Wyatt when he come out as that monster, the Fiend.
No, but okay, go on.
And then it was Brother Ray and Sleepy Joe versus M1 and Donald Trump.
Oh, there you go.
It was hilarious. It was.
I would love you would be the best partner you could ever have. Hands down. Everybody knows it.
Buddy, in a game, what cracked me up is at one point, right? Like they grab Sleepy Joe and Matt gives him like a punch and knocks him in the car and he tags Trump. Trump comes in and he's stomping on him. It was just so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But then me and Dave Evans won the Raw tag team titles when we defeated Mike Tyson and Snoop Dogg. So wow, I got like, right. So there's like, listen, I got a group of celebrities. Then I get a group of guys that are wrestlers that aren't on the game, like Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryanson, like all guys like that. And then I've got these stupid celebrities, like odd celebrities. So like there's 3 different factions, and I have a fight during all the matches at all the pay-per-views. Yeah, that's what I do in my spare time. That's how I try to decompress. Because that way I'm not thinking about anything important. Kind of like my buddy, when you get up and you walk directly to the ocean that's right behind you.
I think it's a lake, Mike, but yeah.
That's a lake. You should know. You live on it. You live on it. You
down at the lake, look at the mountains. Think about nothing but the lake and the mountains. Absolutely.
You know what's weird is that birds have never flown by your window.
No, there's no birds out there, Mike.
Ever. And the clouds don't even move.
No, the clouds don't move. It's very. There's not a lot of wind. It's very still, quiet. Sometimes I'll hang out over by these trees over here and just like kind of like put my arm up on one.
That's a beautiful place, though. Then, huh, Matt? No wind, no tree, birds, no nothing.
Listen. When you're known to be in flight and then to get taken out of flight, you know to not fly around anymore. I'm sure Buddy has made it very clear that there's no flying around here. It's no fly zone.
It's a no-fly zone, Mike, and that's why there's no birds. They understand that they're not allowed to fly in that area. So,
for the record, if you want to know what Matt's catchphrases are, first of all, the first is listen. He opens with listen. Listen, and then everybody has to listen, right? That's part one. Other thing is, me and Kev used to secretly track how many times he would say, "Funny thing is," or "You know what's funny." If you go back and watch all the tapes, and you know what's funny is I'm just telling him this now. But if you go back into 2 years of tapes, he says it's funny. You know what's funny thing is. At least once, if not twice, a show.
Yeah. See, there's another drinking game, Mike. You could.
But listen, my favorite. Listen, that's my favorite. Buddy, what's your word for that? My word is anyways. That's what I do. I'll be like, yeah, all right. Anyways. Yeah. And I try to get people back on track. So that's my version of listen. Matt goes, listen. And I go, anyways, buddy, what do you got?
You so is my it's that small 2-word so and then, dot, and then
oh, you mean like the long pausing so that
so and then move on. Yeah.
So yeah, that works. All right, guys, we made 45 minutes. Look, the technical difficulties are a bit much. When we get them under control, we'll be a little bit more structured. I just can't wait for the football season. I can't wait to get this popping. My thoughts of this, and they've changed, and this is what I was messaging you guys about my big news. I believe that, like, say, legit fantasy football needs its own website, and then we'll have a link to Legit Podcasts. I think all the shows deserve their own sort of site / channel that all link back to podcasts, but they should all go to their own channels. I just think that way, if you like whatever one, like football, and you go to it, you'll just see football.
Right. That's
If you want to go
that's
back,
a great idea, Mike.
if you want to go link back, you can't. But if you just want to see this, just go see this. Right? And I think it should be paranormal, sports, and then just legit podcasts. Anything else that falls underneath that comes along, right? Matt, you frozen or in deep thought? Frozen. Did you think he was thinking?
Yeah, he's not even breathing, dude.
But did you think he was thinking? At first, did you think he was in deep thought while I was talking?
Yeah, like he was looking at his cell phone, like just like reading like an article or something. Like,
I thought he was really paying attention to what I was saying, dude. I thought he was gonna be like, you know, Mike. I thought he was gonna be like, you know, Mike, that's a good idea. I didn't get any of that, buddy. All right. So, anyways, I just said it again. See, that's a word. If someone recorded me doing that word, it'd be 400 times a show. I can't stop saying it. Wish I could. I don't even like saying it.
It's a good was that a preposition or is that a conjunction? I don't know. It's a good
transition word.
Transitional word. Yeah, that's that.
But the problem with mine is it sounds almost dismissing of what someone said prior to me. Anyways, like, whereas Matt's more like, listen, like that's that guy in the
soapbox. He grabs
the guy in the soapbox,
pulls you in, and you got to listen to him. So if you happen to be tuning in later this evening, you can come in Legit Paranormal. We'll be hosting Jill Shelley from Minnesota. She owns a historical home that's haunted, and she's a paranormal investigator researcher. So she has a lot.
Did she contact you direct? Was that
she contacted me directly? Yes.
Yeah, but it was through it was through the messaging because I read it.
It was, yeah.
And she was like, "I wanted to be on the show. This is the other."
Yeah.
Did you look into it all though?
Yeah, honestly? I did. Yeah, she's St. Croix Paranormal. That's her organization. She founded in 2010. I looked into the house that she was starts with a B.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why do you think they want to go on these different shows?
Well, they got a house that has people that can go in and pay money to investigate, which is honestly when you can go and you take 5 people and you can just do 5 people in a location. That's ideal. You don't want to go in with like these giant places. You go with 20 people. It's not really a paranormal investigation.
I'm just always trying to figure out what the rub is.
If a ghost hunt. So the rub is that she wants to make her location known so that people go there, and like the Conjuring House, like any other of these places around town, the USS Salem, like any of these places that do this kind of thing, she's just putting her name out there. She bought the house, I think 2 or 3 years ago. So, and she's saving history at the same time. So it's a good pitch for me anyway. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
All right. I will be showered, cleaned up, and a completely different person for that show tonight. I can't believe I made it to this show. I still not awake. I go on autopilot sometimes, which is kind of fun. I was trying to explain it to somebody today, like how 2 things. One, someone was saying to me about they should let women play in all sports, and I was like, all sports? They're like, yeah. I'm like, football? Yeah. Well, yeah, girls can play football. I said, no, they can't. Well, yeah, they can. I'm like, look, you don't want a girl playing football and she gets hit and then something bad happens. Like let's just stop it.
Yeah, right. And the second, take away from the sport.
It's just stupid. It doesn't make sense. Like it just is what it is. It's like asking us to give birth.
Right.
I can't do that. That's not on my list. And the second thing now, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I have no idea what I was first telling you about.
And that goes in all facets of the world. That I mean, whereas men and women should be equal. Yes, I believe in equal rights and all that good happy horse shit. It's just some like jobs that a man is better at, and vice versa. The woman's better at than a man. Physicality like that, playing with the big boys like that. That's
There's
She sort of get injured quick.
physical differences that should be obvious.
Yeah.
That blows my mind, right? So there's just physical differences, reaction time. They were talking about the reaction time of a trained MMA woman is still slower than that of a guy who's like a schlump.
Now, granted, I work out with women that are like in 100 times better shape than I am.
I'm just saying, like, reaction time, weird things.
Yeah, peak conditions though.
But the other thing, want to get them mad? You want to start a fight with women? I'm being honest. They get mad at me whenever I bring this up. Bring up math. Bring up math. Just bring up math and like how bad women are at math. Women are horrible at math. I don't know if you know this. They just can't do math. If you want to get slapped and have someone walk out on you like I did, throw them like 7 times 8 and just see what they say. And when they wait like 5 seconds before they can say the number, just to go thank you and move on to the next topic. Oh boy, that's a good way to get you thrown out. But the best is, you ever see the Norm Macdonald one where he's like, if you notice the numbers on this pie chart do not equal 11 because this was done by a woman. They're like, boo, and he's like, I just want to make it clear that a woman wrote that joke. He goes, so now you don't know what to think, and they're kind of like laughing, right? And they stop, and he goes, I'm only kidding. We don't hire women. Like, that's like a punch, like let you back in. Oh, I'm just a softie. Punch again. That's one kind of shit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, buddy. You got big plans for your Sunday?
Maybe cutting the lawn, just getting over pancreatitis, so I'm feeling pretty okay.
Good.
Yeah, might do some housework, maybe some laundry. Like it's a day off, which is rare.
Yeah, I'm not. I cut the grass on a Monday. I don't like cutting it on Sundays, man. I can't stand cutting grass on Sundays.
I go by the weather generally and what I'm doing. If I'm not working, that's a good day to do it. It's not too hot today. There's no humidity, so.
Oh, I don't mind getting a tan. I'm still that old guy that mows lawn shirtless.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to contemplate it. Like, I was like, I'm dying here. What should I take my? No, I can't. You can't take your shirt off. I go, wait a minute. When I was young, my dad never cut the lawn with a shirt on. None of the guys in the neighborhood cut the lawn with a shirt on. I don't care what you look like. It had nothing to do with what you look like. It was all about sweating and keeping cool.
Oh my God, yeah, ridiculous sweating.
So I was like, fuck this, and I took my shirt off. I don't give a fuck what I look like. This hairy, like, just this mess of a guy just cutting his lawn shirtless. People must have been like, ugh. You know what? Fuck them. If they want me to put my shirt on, buddy, come cut my lawn.
Yeah, right. Where's the wisdom?
All right. So for Buddy Money there, the missing M1. It's me, Mike Leopard King, Mike L. This was legit fantasy football. We made it to 55 minutes, just roughly.
Wow,
Can't believe we did it. See you tonight at 7:05 for Legit Paranormal. It will also be on this YouTube channel and its own YouTube channel tonight. Crazy stuff, crazy kids.